She waited 45 years for love. 45 years of loneliness, of watching others build families, while she sat by her window, praying her turn would come. Then, one day, it finally did. A man came into her life. He called her my queen. He promised her forever. She spent everything she had just to bring him into her world. But 3 months later, she was standing in handcuffs, surrounded by police, crying, "I swear I don't know anything." And the man she called love had already disappeared. Welcome back, fam. Before this story begins, just know this. Not every love story ends in happiness. Some begin with love and end in regret. Watch carefully and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. She was 45 years old and lonely. So she brought love to London, but it became her biggest mistake. Ngozi was 45 years old. She lived alone in a small but neat apartment in London. Every morning she woke up before sunrise, made herself tea, and sat by the window. She would watch people rushing to work, couples holding hands, families laughing, and every day she whispered the same thing. God, when will it be my turn? Ngozi was not always alone. Years ago, she had dreams like every young woman. She wanted love, a home, children. But life did not go the way she planned. She worked hard, took care of her younger siblings, sent money back home to Nigeria. By the time she finally had time for herself, love had passed her by. One evening, while scrolling through Facebook, she saw a message. "Hello, Ma. I saw your profile. You look like a kind woman." His name was Emeka. He was 33. At first, Ngozi ignored it. What would a young man want with me, she thought. But Emeka didn't stop. Every day he sent messages. "Have you eaten? How was your day? God bless you." Slowly, Ngozi started smiling again. A love that felt like a miracle. They began to talk every day. Emeka told her, "I don't care about age. I care about your heart." Ngozi laughed like a young girl again. No one had spoken to her like that in years. Soon, video calls began. Emeka was handsome, calm, respectful. He called her my queen. Ngozi felt alive again. After 6 months, Emeka said, "I want to marry you." Ngozi's heart skipped. "At my age?" she asked. "Yes, I prayed for you." She cried that night. Not tears of pain, tears of hope. Her friends warned her, "Be careful, Ngozi. This is too good to be true. You don't know him well." But Ngozi refused to listen. "For once in my life, I choose happiness," she said. She began the process. Visa, documents, tickets. She spent almost all her savings. Finally, Emeka arrived in London. The first weeks of joy. The day he landed, Ngozi dressed like a bride. She wore her best clothes, cooked jollof rice, fried chicken. When Emeka came out of the airport, he hugged her tightly. "Finally, my wife," he whispered. Ngozi felt complete. For the first few weeks, life was perfect. They laughed, cooked together, watched movies. Ngozi would sometimes look at him and think, "God remembered me." Then slowly, things began to change. Emeka stopped smiling as much. He spent more time on his phone. When Ngozi asked, "Who are you chatting with?" he would reply, "Just friends." He started going out late. He said, "London life is different." Ngozi ignored the signs. She didn't want to lose her happiness. One night, Ngozi waited for him. 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 1 a.m. He finally came home, smelling of alcohol. Ngozi was worried. "Emeka, where have you been?" Instead of answering, he shouted, "Stop acting like my mother." Ngozi froze. This was not the man she knew. The truth begins to show. Days later, Ngozi found something. A message on his phone. "Baby, when are you leaving that old woman?" Her heart broke. She confronted him. "Emeka, who is this?" He laughed. "A joke." But Ngozi knew. Something was wrong. One evening, Emeka came home smiling. "I have good news," he said. "What is it?" Ngozi asked. "I found a way for us to make money," he said. Ngozi was excited. "What kind of work?" He just said, "Help me collect a package. It's nothing serious." Ngozi trusted him. She didn't ask questions. The day everything ended. The next day, Ngozi went to pick up the package. Minutes later, police surrounded her. "Hands up!" Ngozi was confused. "What did I do?" They opened the package. Drugs. Her world stopped. "I don't know anything," she cried. But it was too late. The biggest betrayal. Ngozi called Emeka. His number was off. She called again. Off. Days later, she found out that Emeka had disappeared. Not just from the house, from the country. The prison cell. Ngozi sat in a cold prison cell, alone, shaking, crying. "I only wanted love." Her voice echoed in the silence. She remembered everything. The messages, the promises, the dreams. All lies. The pain of regret. Every night, Ngozi cried. "If only I listened. If only I asked questions. If only I didn't trust so easily." But regret came too late. Months later, the police discovered something. Emeka was part of a group. They targeted lonely women abroad, used them, tricked them, destroyed their lives. Ngozi was not the first, but she paid the price. One day, Ngozi sat quietly and whispered, "Loneliness is painful, but wrong love is dangerous." She had learned the hardest lesson. Love is not just sweet words. Love is truth. Love is patience. Love is proof. Not everyone who says "I love you" means it. Loneliness can make you blind. Never trust blindly, even in love. Ask questions before making big decisions. Real love does not hide or rush. A kind heart must still be careful. She waited 45 years for love, but one wrong choice took everything in one day.